Hey everybody, and welcome on back to Minecraft. Today we are back over here in the single player survival world in our building with fWhip world, and we are back here at the ruined castle. Last episode we came through here, finished off this epic bridge over here, started our terraforming plan for what this area is going to be looking like in the end, completed off a whole side structure with an awesome tower on top of it, started to really define the style of everything we have going on here. I think we're finally setting this into the environment. Seems like everybody is really enjoying this build, so I wanted to get back here straight away and get some more building done on it. In today's episode, we're going to be trying to tackle from the very far side of the castle over here on the very far end with our wolf, who seems to be stuck. He's been there ever since we came into this area. So we're going to be working our way through here. I want to start basically from the far end. And I would love to get this lower courtyard wall finished, this front gatehouse, and those larger structures up here on the far side. Let's take this pathway up here so I can show you all what I'm talking about. I basically want to get everything from this whole thing right in here finished up. A lot of people have left comments below saying that even though it's a ruined castle, it would still have an interior to it. There still would be some stuff on the interior. So I think that'd be something great that we can add in here. I don't know if we'll add in that today, but I also don't know quite how old this castle is supposed to be, so I would like to add in some like metal furnishings or maybe some ornamental features where they might have used like gold casts or things like that. But overall, I don't know how much wood we want to use, because if this is a really ancient one, probably the wood would have disappeared by now and just kind of been corrupted. But I guess we also have our bridges made out of wood paneling right in there. I think first and foremost, before we jump all the way up there and do that stuff, it might be kind of nice to come down here and get this wall situation figured out throughout here and how it's going to be melding down into this environment that we were working on creating last time. If you all remember, we were adding in quite a few berry bushes, which can be a little bit more on the difficult side to work with here, especially as they kind of slow you down while you're moving throughout things. And because we did add a lot of these bushes coming up into the wall features themselves, basically like inching its way up to the edge, like this one right here is kind of coming all the way up. It does give us an extra challenge now of how we're going to really situate all of the building that we're doing here inside the environment. So what I was thinking would be a great way is to come along the bottom and add in a few places like that, and making basically where the wall is going to be lower up here, we're going to have a few rubble bits maybe coming all the way even down into the water here. Update on the castle here as we're going throughout. This wall is starting to look pretty good. As you can see, I've torn it down a bunch right there, added a bunch of that rubble in that I was talking about, and started adding in a few more holes into the wall while still getting our texture variation in here. And while I've been doing this, I've been realizing that one of my favorite games from when I was growing up as a kid, World of Warcraft, is re-releasing as Classic Edition here in the next little bit. Let me know if any of you are planning on playing that. I think I might be playing, so we might be doing some streams or something like that from there. If any of y'all think that'd be half interesting or anything, let me know, because I'm curious on that side. The first time we play a game besides Minecraft on a live stream. Maybe not the first time. First time in a long time. All right, I think I'm back on the swing of things here. We got our first wall finished up, and it's looking pretty great. I'm happy with this one. I fixed up all the little weird parts that were in there before, and that right there I think is a good frontal wall for us. However, I think it'd be better if you guys are able to watch me work through all of these ones together. So I say we kick this off into time-lapse mode and see how much of this area over here we can get finished up. Today in our time-lapse, we are tackling a bunch of the ruins as far as this build. This time-lapse ended up taking way freaking longer to record than I initially thought it would be. These ruins are hard to build. I want to bring up a topic here to talk to you guys about in regards to this though. What ways do you think that Minecraft could do to improve the inventory management? Because the thing that made this build take so long to do is because we're using over 20 different types of blocks when you include all the slabs, the stairs, the walls, and the full blocks themselves, and it just causes your inventory to become a huge mess, and you have to constantly be changing things in and out of your inventory. When you think about it, you still need to have your elytra rockets or your firework rockets on your hotbar, and you have to have your weapon, and you have your food somewhere in there so you can eat as you're going, so that adds another 4 things. And it just brings up this whole mess of there's just a bunch of stuff in your inventory, and it's hard to manage. So I got a question for you all. What ways do you think that what do you think Minecraft can do to improve the inventory management scene within the game? There's a lot of different suggestions, from like a backpack to things like that. But with a backpack, you still have to be tabbing back and forth between the items, and you just have to be opening a backpack. It'd be the same as bringing a shulker box with you and placing it on the ground. It would just stay in your inventory instead of putting it on the ground. So I don't know, I'm kind of torn on this. I don't really know what we could do to do better on this. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed looking at the ruins build here. I had a lot of fun with this one. I think there's a lot of really cool details that we're able to add into all this, and we are coming in here adding in a bunch of the nature here around the base as well, just to section this more into the area. And overall, I'm really happy with this result, but we got a lot more to do. And just like that, another section of our castle is finished up. I have come back through here and done a lot more work of adding in a lot more leaves across this entire area, as well as bringing in quite a few vines, and I think they're all looking pretty great. I did come through here and finish up this interior wall as well. Just afterwards, I was like, I can't leave it. I have to get this one done. I decided to add some bracing to this with our stone brick pillars right here, just because it felt so tall, it needed something to it. Then to compensate for that, I also added a bunch of holes inside it like that. So I think it's a good mix of what we can have going on right now. I don't like that those two are actually directly even there, so I might change that around here a little bit. We added in quite a few detail bits up in this area as well, with some more wooden plankage. Maybe somebody is living in this area and they're using that to get from this structure to that structure or something up above. And then down here, I decided to add in like an ancient fountain or something, and I'm going to take these berries because I am all out of them. I need plenty more berries to be able to finish this project, and we have none. So it's great that we can come through and just gather them real quickly like that. These fountains here will help to add like that ancient, mysterious aspect to this place and adding a bit of a magical vibe. If it's an ancient thing that's existed here for thousands and thousands of years and it's just completely run down and broken, but somehow the fountains are still working, I think that adds a cool mechanical, fantastical vibe to it. But looking at the rest of the structure right here, I got 9 vines left to my name. So we got to go back over to Papyrus and visit our fancy vine farm. We are currently on episode 221 of this Minecraft survival world. And I'm about to blow your guys' minds with the intense redstone farm capabilities that we were able to come up with and have used the entire... That's our vine farm. Anybody have any ideas on a better vine farm design that we can use? That's something that doesn't require you to sit here and do this the entire day because it really sucks. I don't know how we've survived over 200 episodes with this being our vine farm here. So if anybody has ideas on how we can improve this thing, please let me know. This is absolutely killing me here. Back over from our luxurious vine farm that we have back at Papyrus, we got quite a few stacks. We got 6.5 stacks of vines right now, which is awesome. We're going to go ahead and just throw them all in here. That is going to provide us with a mossy stone brick, mossy cobblestone, and just vines to use to decorate for things like that throughout this entire build, which I think would be really important. But my elytra is pretty dead right now, so I do actually want to head back over to the Nether in the time being and introduce a new project to y'all. Welcome to the Nether Hub. Hopefully this isn't too dark for y'all, but this is something that I have avoided for a very, very long time. Besides getting set up to a functional standpoint, I have not really enjoyed the Nether Hub at all that we have here. And I think it's something that we could really improve. I think we're really limited by how much space we have above us here. So today, we're going to be briefly starting out what is going to be a new project where I want to more or less take every single portal that we have here and actually take them down about 15 to 20 blocks and break everything else out of here and clear out a giant empty space down below us. I think if we brought the nether portals down to something way down here, this is also the tower to get up to our gold farm if you go directly up that. So this is a good, decent central point for us here. Coming down here all the way to the bottom though, I was thinking almost we could bring everything down to about here, because that gives us a lot of space above us to build some really cool things. I want to change our nether hub from being that dead, dark atmosphere that we have up there into something that is going to be much more bright and fun and colorful and cool to look at in a fantasy mushroom forest. Now, in order to get ourselves started out with this fantasy mushroom forest, we need to first and foremost figure out where the heck all of these things are going to be going. So what I was thinking would be a good way, apparently we haven't picked up nether brick since we moved 1.14, like actual nether brick. But what I want to do here, I'm taking this 2 blocks down at a time so we can't just evenly fall into a lava pit by something like, I don't know, that. And what we're going to do is basically bring this all the way down here to about this point. I think that's a good point right here. And then what I'm using right now because I have a bunch of this crappy block, is we're going to be using granite and stacking this all the way back up. And it'll give us a good game plan for what it's going to look like where all of our pillars are for the nether portals. So right below the nether portals, we're going to have pillars of granite. And today I would like to get those pillars in place. A lot of this is actually going to be tackled under a stream project. I don't want to do a whole lot of nether work inside of the videos. It's probably going to be more or less update videos as far as the nether hub goes for all of y'all on the YouTube channel here. If you want to check that stuff out, be sure to go follow me over on Twitch at twitch.tv/fWhipTV. We'll be moving into doing a lot more live streams here and there shortly, so make sure you go follow all that stuff so you can kind of get the notifications and all that good stuff going on there. But this portal down here gives us one that could be quite interesting to deal with, because right here is our end portal. This gets all the way back to our end hub, and down here is what we can start doing to get ourselves down a little bit further. I believe I can start basically taking these guys out right here. And if I remember correctly, this is actually above a lava, not quite a lava lake, but can we get that guy out of there? So close. So close. But we're just gonna, okay, I think I got that point where it is. And let's see, can we land and just take you out? Perfect. And this is going to be where things get interesting, because we have to figure out how to get them all connected up, because our old place is way over here. So it's behind that cobblestone wall of a defensive shield. We've run into a wee bit of an issue here with, we are now on top of our wither skeleton farm. And this is the portal. Actually, that one right up there is the portal to get to our custom village transformation that we did a little while ago. But if we fly on out here, hopefully the elytra works, is we have a giant nether fortress. Luckily though, looking at this wither farm that we built up a long while ago, it really doesn't work that well. I'll be honest, it's pretty bad. I did not know at all what I was doing. You can see here that nothing really is spawning inside it at all. So I'm playing with the idea of we just tear this thing out and move on from it. And maybe we'll build a fancy one later on. I do have a location near us that we could potentially use to make a good wither farm. So we might need to do that, because I'm a little low on some resources that we could get out of it. I don't know if it's a sign to stay with this farm or to get rid of it, but we just got a wither skeleton skull out of it. One randomly spawned, brought him over here, we got the skull. And there we go. Every single major portal that we currently use on a regular basis is now hooked up, at least. Besides the jungle portal, but that is about 2,000 blocks in the nether that way. So that is not happening today. But we have all these granite pillars and lines, everything stretching around all over the place, and we only managed to get blown off of it once by a ghast, which was pretty great. Back over at our castle now, we are moving back into building up the stuff today in a much brighter and happier place of ruin compared to the evil, dark, and scary nether. And as you can see in my inventory here, I got a campfire. A lot of you guys have been telling me that we need to hook up some sort of a campsite in this area, and I think that's a freaking great idea. And what I want to do a quick test for right now is if we came up here and said maybe we have some people camping out right here. We talked about that being something that people could be using to get around, and you can kind of see the smoke coming out the top of that, and I think that's exactly what I want to see. Let's see it with a hay bale though. Ooh, you know what? With this hay bale here, I think that looks even better. You can really tell that somebody lives up there now, which I think is pretty cool, because I want it to be like a dead giveaway that there is a campsite up there. And I think that'll be something where we can have a kind of pseudo base. So if we're ever flying by and it's nighttime out here and we need something to go, or we need to be able to sleep somewhere real fast, just fly up here to the campfire and tuck in a tent and jump in the bed there. So I'm working on getting this guy set up. But in the meantime, what I want to be focused on is down in our front courtyard area. I want to build up a few trees down here. I think it'd be really cool if this area looks super overgrown. We can throw like a tree here, one here, maybe another one over there, and we do like bam. I think those trees will look pretty great, so let's build them up. I'm trying to think of what other trees we could start incorporating into this area. If anybody has any ideas on what other types of trees we could be adding in here, or other types of nature bits to really mix this area up and make it feel like it was totally taken back by nature and everything along with that, let me know, because I think it'd be really cool to add a few more variations of things in here. I love these spruce trees that we're using. These mini spruce trees are really awesome, and I think they really fit the vibe of the area I was trying to go for here. But I think we could also be adding in a bunch more to this. But overall, I really love the nature aspect that we have so far. I'm starting to get some mad Skyrim vibes from walking through this area here. It's really awesome. I love this. These little tiny spruce trees we've been making are super sweet. I like that idea that we came up here with adding in this water feature, just strolling through this entire area and coming out the other side of that wall. It's a little big and obtrusive on the other side of the wall, but I think overall I like it so much in here that I want to make sure that it stays out there. But down here, that thing's pretty awesome. We did touch that through the time lapse, so let's head on up to this next location that we're going to be working in. First and foremost, I did bring 2 beds up here, so I was thinking we can make a small little sleeping area. We can have one like here, and we can do another one there. I think they're going to basically be taking off of this wall, and we could do like 1, 2, 1, 2, and then I did bring over some brown carpets, and I want to basically just make this super, super tiny. Like they'd kind of just figured out a way to live here. For now. It's not going to be too great. It's not going to be too fancy at all. It's basically just something where some guys were able to come out here and find a way to survive. And do you guys think we should move more towards the pillager side of things with everybody out here? Or should we kind of leave it as is? I think I'm going to leave that one being open right there as well so we can easily click on the beds. I had meant to bring up some spruce trapdoors with me so we could actually not have this be completely just all of this stuff here. So I was thinking we could do some spruce trapdoors here on the front. Actually, for this, now that I'm thinking about it, so we can do something like bam, bam, and then do these guys just kind of stretching along here. So we have that front wooden border to it, so they have a bit more structure to their tent that they're making here, which I thought was super cool. Then we can bring out our deco box here, which is the best thing I've ever seen. And we're going to bring out a few of these guys. Let's bring out this so we can have a crafting station or two. And maybe we want to give ourselves a storage option up here. So we can do like, not there at all. I guess barrels could be our storage option, but let's get rid of you and throw that guy right in there and throw the carpet back on top. That'll give us a few barrels. Then I want to make sure we have a crafting station. Maybe we'll make a few little tent features over here, like that one as well could be something. And then I want to add in a few of these guys right here, like that. And here we go. I think we got a good amount of detail crammed into this area here. I didn't throw in too much more besides adding in the plant life, a tree up there, and just a few more things dotted around. I got some lanterns in here, so it's a bit safer for us if we need to just drop down and run into the bed. It won't be mobs everywhere. I also started doing a bit of work on this back wall over here, but I think we'll continue those ones and all the walls and rubble work and everything because that takes a heck of a lot of time, guys. I did not expect it to take that much time to make a castle look ruined. And the main problem why it takes so much time is because there's so many blocks in your inventory. Minecraft needs to do such a better way of managing inventory. With every single new block that gets added in, all these new slabs and things, they're very great. But when you're trying to use so many that we have in here, that's a lot of blocks. Like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. But I will tell you all what, I think that is actually going to have to do it for today's episode. We will be getting back into the time lapses of working over and doing the commenter question of the day at the mountain range here very shortly. That's most likely going to be coming back in the next episode. This is luckily the final episode that I need to pre-record while I was out of town for quite a few days. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me in this one. I hope you all enjoyed continuing on our castle ruins here. Please hit that like button if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you are new. And I will catch you on the flip side.